It's one of the strongest hurricanes on record. It's also one of the costliest. Hurricane Irma caused more than $50 billion in damage. Irma made landfall in Cudjoe Key, Brian, coming in as a Category 4 storm.
And in one particular neighborhood, it was especially devastating. Meteorologist Luke Doris went down to the Keys to see how recovery is going. Luke?
Brian, nearly a quarter of the homes in the Keys had been destroyed by Hurricane Irma. I'm in Big Pine Key in a community called the Avenues, an area that was devastated by Hurricane Irma. Now, this was a community that's been inhabited by the working class, those keeping the restaurants, the marinas, the hotels running. And now, nearly 4 years later, recovery is still ongoing. Homes wiped away.
So this is the site of the former Seahorse RV park.
And the Avenues, a working class neighborhood in Big Pine Key, was hit especially hard.
They just didn't withstand the storm.
Pummeled by an 8-foot storm surge and 130-mile-per-hour winds. And years later, the struggle to recover is ongoing.
After the storm, not only were the homes gone, but a lot of jobs were gone too.
Lindsay Anderson is the executive director of the Florida Keys Community Land Trust. The organization was founded after Irma to create income-based, affordable housing for those who keep the Keys up and running.
They're the people who maintain all the vacation homes, who work at the local shops, restaurants, but those are also the lowest paying jobs. So finding affordable housing in the Keys is really difficult.
And rebuilding in the aftermath was difficult too.
The problem, it seems, after the storm is that you can't rebuild your mobile home. That it's not allowed by code.
Monroe County requires that if you build a single family home, you have to have a special permit because of their rate of growth ordinance.
The Land Trust has already built multiple homes like this one, built up to code and 11.5 feet above sea level. And not far away, dozens more homes will be built on a former RV park.
We're going to be rebuilding 26 homes here, plus 2 lots for community space. It's neighbors helping neighbors.
The storm surge lapped right up here. You can see the dirt still.
Resident Brian Vest is one of those neighbors helping neighbors.
And there was a lot of anger at the time at the hurricane and life because the trash still piled on the streets. So it was pretty rough time. So the way you get that anger out is do something good. One day. That's impressive.
What started out as a neighborhood cleanup has grown into the Conch Republic Marine Army. He took us out on the water to see some of it firsthand. Vest says he has gone out every day picking up items from mattresses to propane tanks to hot tubs from the area's waterways and mangroves.
We had 3,600 volunteers, and today we've pulled out 154 tons of trash.
And what started out as just a few volunteers, boom.
You just pointed out a significant chunk of shoreline that you have cleaned
3 miles.
up. And then you've got 900 miles left to go. So how long is that going to take, do you think?
It would take a decade at the pace.
Monroe County has contracted Adventure Environmental to clean the canals of debris left over from Irma. We caught up with them in Key Largo, one of the many stops they'll be making as they work their way down to Key West. After scanning hundreds of canals for debris, the crew was sent in to go through each one.
It just shows that what goes in the water, it really does take a long time for it to disappear, or it's getting harder to find this stuff because of all this growth on it. It's surprising the amount of debris we're still pulling out.
It's an effort Vest will be helping with too.
So the way I approach this is if you just keep nibbling, you eat an elephant one bite at a time. You climb Mount Everest one step at a time. You can clean the shorelines 1 foot at a time. You just don't stop, you just keep nibbling.
So Hurricane Irma was catastrophic not only for the residents of the Lower Keys, but also for the ecosystem. I've been out here all day, and while a lot of progress has been made, there's still a lot of work yet to be done. And we're reminded that it takes residents and volunteers to come together and restore the area. This isn't just a Lower Keys problem, it's a South Florida problem, and we all need to stay involved.